The December 16th, 2014 meeting of the Environment and Public Works Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Delahaney.
Here.
Mr. Haney. Chairman Michike is excused. Mr. Rocco. Here. Mrs. Stick. Here. Mr. Wilcox. Here. Mr. Yolovich. Here. President Adair. Here.
Is there anyone signed up for public forum?
There is not.
Okay. Is there anyone present who is not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time? Okay. The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the November 19th, 2014 minutes of the Environment and Public Works Committee before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. The next item on the agenda is new business.
Referral 14-390, authorization.
Moved by Legislator Yolovich, second by Legislator Rockow. Is there any questions? Legislator Haney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Are these previously approved projects? Are they in the CIP?
Through the chair, on behalf of the airport, actually, yes, these are currently in the CIP.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. The next item on the agenda is new business. The next item on the agenda.
Referral 14-391, authorized contracts.
Moved by Legislator Rockow, second by Legislative Stick. Legislator Haney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chair, didn't we approve several consulting firms like this earlier this year?
Through the chair, no, that was for, I don't recall the services the legislator was addressing. These are for the airport term contracts. This selection was recently made, and this is the first award, I believe, of these contracts in a 4 to 5 year period.
Through the chair, the airport what contracts?
These are the airport term consultant contracts.
Yeah, that means that these are sort of standby consultants that you tap when you need them?
Through the chair, that is correct.
I thought sure we approved several firms on that basis earlier this year.
Through the chair, my understanding is for the term contracts, that's incorrect.
Okay, but I was certain that we had because somebody had to explain to me what a term contract was.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. The next item on the agenda.
Referral 14-392.
Moved by Legislator Stick, second by Legislator Adair. Legislator Haney.
Through the chair, could someone explain to the committee how this arrangement works?
Through the chair, the county is an energy services company, an ESCO, and we have been since 2001. What we do is through Fluent, we purchase electricity through the New York Independent System Operator, or the New York ISO or ISO. that for not only the county, but for the various members of the ESCO, Fluent helps aggregate, as well as doing the purchasing, Fluent also helps aggregate and prepare the billing for the various ESCO members. The ESCO members are then billed, and then the county makes payment to the ISO as well as RG&E for transmission.
So, through the chair, the county buys electricity in bulk, some of which it uses and other of which it resells to other municipalities?
Through the chair, I wouldn't say technically resells. We procure the energy on behalf of all of those entities collectively.
Do we have an add-on charge to the other municipalities for our effort, expense, et cetera?
Through the chair, we do not. However, through the chair, the management fee for the program, each member pays a management fee on top of their utility charges for their portion of Fluent services. So the $86,209 referenced in the referral is the county's cost for the county's energy purchases. Each of the towns and villages also pays their own equivalent management fee as outlined in the referral to Fluent. The county simply serves as a pass-through.
So through the chair, what's the total amount that Fluent will be getting, including the towns and villages?
Through the chair, I can get that information for you. I only have the county number in front of me.
Okay. And through the chair, have we done a cost analysis as to whether we're gaining or losing in this arrangement?
Through the chair, we have. When you purchase electricity through the New York ISO, in essence, you're buying it wholesale. You're buying it at the same rate that RG&E or any other service provider could purchase that electricity for on the wholesale market. So that by default is the lowest price at that date of purchase that you could get for that energy. However, on top of that, RG&E or any utility puts on what they call the merchant function charge, and what the fee when we've looked at the fee that Fluent charges, that charge is significantly below the merchant function charge, and hence that's the savings to the county and all the various municipalities. But as for the total to date, I do have that number. I unfortunately don't have it in front of me.
Through the chair, the difficulty with the arrangements comes, you're really buying in the spot market, and those prices can fluctuate enormously. And you can end up having to buy at a moment when the price is sky high, as opposed to averaging it like you do with the RG&E. Have we documented that we are in fact saving money with this?
Through the chair, I get a monthly report that aggregates from the inception of the program that what we've saved for real-time energy purchasing versus hedging. Again, through the chair, I can share that information with the committee. The aspect of hedging or necessarily smoothing it out, as you stated through RG&E, is when you hedge like that, there's also a price for risk that's included in the purchase. And over time, the price for risk that you place on RG&E or the other hedging partner usually exceeds, or I should say it has exceeded in the county's instance, has exceeded the real-time price, because in essence the county assumes that risk. That said, this contract does have a mechanism for the county to explore hedging opportunities, because certainly to your point, the benefits of price certainty on occasion can have benefits to the county as well. But I will share the documentation that shows that the county has saved money due to its real-time electricity purchasing versus the potential hedge.
Yeah. Before the legislature meeting, I'd like to see something that demonstrates that the county, in fact, is saving money.
Through the chair, I'll share those reports.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item carries. The next item on the agenda,
Referral 14-393.
moved by legislator Adair, second by legislator Yolovich. Legislator Haney.
Mr. Chairman, what were the engineer's estimates for the project?
Through the chair, the engineer's estimate for the 4 contracts in total was $1,026,126.
And these 4 low bidders in total are what?
The 4 low bid totaled $1,217,390, or approximate difference of $191,000.
So through the chair, the bids are 191,000 over the engineer's estimates?
Through the chair, that's correct. The general bid that we're recommending award to apparent low bidder Javen was actually significantly over the engineer's estimate, which was approximately $450,000. The bid amounts are $676 for a difference of about 58%. By comparison, the electrical construction contract was 8%. The bid was 8% lower than the engineer's estimate. The HVAC contract was 10.5% lower than the engineer's estimate, and the plumbing contract was 11% lower than the engineer's estimate. So the lump sum total is the proposed low bid is approximately 18% over the engineer's total estimate.
So through the chair, do we know why the general construction quote is so much higher than the engineer's estimate?
Through the chair, after, as is customary with bid openings, we do tabulation and review with apparent low bidders. And in this instance, it appears it was a function of the costs and the risks associated with working on a renovation project in a live facility. Obviously, the low bidder saw that risk is more costly than did the engineer. There does not appear to be any, shall we say, blown estimate items or missed estimate items, simply a difference between what the low bidders believes market value is to work in that environment versus what the engineer estimate assumed it would be.
Would there be, through the chair, would there be any advantage to us to replan the job so that it could be done in the building unoccupied? Could the occupants be, I mean, frequently in renovation projects, you move people from this end of the building to that end of the building, et cetera?
Through the chair, the project construction schedule is already contemplated, moving folks and assets around. Obviously, we'd have to revisit that with the college, but my understanding is it is unrealistic and infeasible to vacate the space in its entirety to allow for construction.
Through the chair, who was the engineer that was doing the quoting?
Through the chair, it's Popley.
Is there any further discussion? All those please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item on the agenda.
Referral 14-394.
Moved by legislator Yolovich, second by legislator Rocco. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item on the agenda.
Referral 14-396.
Moved by legislator Rocco, second by legislator Stick. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item on the agenda.
Referral 14-3.
Moved by legislator Stick, second by legislator Adair. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries.
Referral 14-400.
Moved by legislative Adair, second by legislator Yolovich. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries.
Referral 14-402. Authorized contract.
Moved by legislator Yolovich, second by legislator Rockow. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries.
Referral 14-419.
Moved by legislator Rockow, second by legislative Stick. Is there any discussion? Legislator Haney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chair, where exactly is this property on Brooks Avenue? Is this on the same side of the road as the airport terminal?
Through the chair, the property is across the street from the airport on the northwest corner of Brooks and Buell.
Is that
Former, used to be a Sugar Creek.
where the gas station used to be?
Yes, sir. Through the chair, yes.
Through the chair, since it's not on the same side of the road as the airport is, what potential value does it have to the airport?
Through the chair, the properties adjacent to the airport are all in the airport master plan as part of the airspace protection program, which is a high priority for the FAA. It is in the best interest of the authority and the airport to have the rights, control, or own those properties for airspace protection.
So do you really plan to be buying all the property north of Brooks Avenue?
Through the chair, the authority would like to acquire this property and any funds available through the FAA or this airspace protection program and anything included in the master plan, again sanctioned by the FAA, would be in our best interest to own, control, or acquire.
Through the chair, what is the source of the funding?
Through the chair, the authority has authorized use of renewal and replacement funds via resolution. However, the authority is seeking the Airport Improvement Program funding at any time, and this project, or I'm sorry, this land acquisition is eligible for it, and if it fits within our entitlement program or if discretionary dollars became available, it is in our ACIP with the FAA. So authority is the Monroe County Airport Authority has given permission to use renewal and replacement funds, and because of the cost, we actually went to the airlines as well because we require majority and interest approval to use those renewal and replacement funds if the threshold exceeded $600,000. In this case, it does not, but we went to the airlines just in case we needed to do that, as well as by resolution of the Airport Authority. But again, we would seek FAA Airport Improvement Program funding, and we have 3 years to do that.
Through the chair, I assume the airlines approved the purchase?
Through the chairman, that's correct.
Was that a unanimous vote by the airlines?
Through the chair, there were no dissenting comments. It was more not a vote taken, but it's a letter that goes out. We did conference call with them, but it was more that absent of any dissent was their consent.
Through the chair, according to the county's tax records, the assessment on the property is $397,500, and the town of Gates is at 100% assessment ratio, and we're paying $500,000. Why are we paying $103,000 more than the tax assessment?
Through the chairman, we had a recent appraisal done by Robert Polo Shimon Ferrara, which indicated the value that we negotiated with the property owner. The property owner was actually asking $950,000.
Well, I probably would too, but that doesn't mean I'm entitled to it. I don't understand why the county is going to start, because, I mean, this would imply that over the years, we're going to buy a host of properties north of Brooks Avenue. And I think we're setting a difficult precedent here, Mr. Chairman. At least this evening, I think I will vote against this.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Legislator Wilcox.
Through the chair, have we made any land acquisitions or purchases like this in the past that conform to the master plan?
Through the chairman, yes, we have.
And I assume the master plan is years old?
Through the chair, the master plan update is actually in its final phases.
Okay.
It has been it's in its final phases at the FAA Airport District Office in New York, and I anticipate publishing the master plan, or the FAA will publish the master plan, the update that we've just concluded in May or June. So this is a new master plan and a new airport layout plan.
But and through the chair, so the purchases we've made in the past do conform, though, with the current unupdated master plan?
Through the chairman, that is correct, and it is in our county CIP and our FAA ACIP for at least the next 3 years for airspace protection.
And through the chair, I don't imagine you'll know this question off the top of your head, but is it typical that we pay over the assessed value for some of those properties?
Through the chair, we typically, are not looking at, assessments. The assessments, as, everyone knows, could be high or low in any municipality. That's why we go out and get an independent appraisal when we're ready to acquire any piece of property.
And if it's not too much trouble, through the chair, is it possible that we could get a list of those acquisitions over the years? Thank you.
Legislator Haney.
Through the chair, this is a gas station. It has been a gas station for as long as I can remember, and that's quite a long time. Who, under the purchase contract, who was responsible for the environmental cleanup of the site? Has there been an environmental assessment of the site?
Through the chair, the seller would be responsible for environmentals. The underground tanks associated with the gas station have been removed, and we did see the removal report.
So the tanks have been removed, and the contract would require these 3 people to bear any environmental cleanup costs?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Okay.
Mr. Delahaney?
Yes.
Mr. Haney? Chairman Michike is excused. Mr. Rocco? Mrs. Stick? Mr. Wilcox? Mr. Yolovich? President Adair? 6-1, referral passes.
Okay. Are there any other matters before the committee? There being no matters, the December 16th, 2014 meeting of the Environment and Public Works Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting will be January 28th, 2015 at 5 p.m.